Hey, what's good, everyone? Local Iceman here. Look at the main header pipe here for the sprinkler system. Yes, another sprinkler system, another soccer video here. We got a little hole developed over the weekend, but initially we thought it was a sprinkler head. I came and I brought the lift over here, and I was looking because on Saturday Brendan gave me a call. Brendan gave me a call, and I was a little whistling over the soccer field. So it came in, and we could tell. I thought maybe a ball hit the sprinkler pipe. We couldn't really tell. There was a game going on. It's kind of like, okay, we turned the system off, did what we had to do, and here we are Monday morning taking a look at this. So I charged this system to try to find what head it was and realized it was a hole right here. So, and then I went and got a patch, and I called the sprinkler company, and I'll put a picture here. I was going to go over and show you. I'll put a picture here of what the patch that they did. So I could do that. So got my patch here just for temporary, just to show you guys here what's going on. Let me take this off right here. It's kind of cool. It's kind of gives you showing what's going on, because I kind of put the patch on, but I didn't like how it looked because it would start kind of bubbling up, because I didn't think it was a good patch. And I was like, there's got to be something better here. But I'm thinking that, excuse me, that this is going to work here, because if you take this off right here, you could tell, and that's the hole. Let me move this thing out of the way here. I don't want anything to get dripped on. So there's the hole right there. Man, it looks like that's a pretty solid round hole right there. It's it doesn't, I guess we look at it, it looks kind of oval, but there's a little moisture in there, I guess. But that's kind of why, I guess it's starting to pit out, because there's a little moisture here that never really gets out of the pipe. So essentially what I'm going to do is, this is what they recommend, and go ahead and comment below, you fire sprinkler guys, or if you guys repaired this. I mean, my initial, thought would be to put a little liquid metal, is that what it's called? 2-part epoxy, put a little liquid metal. I'm not saying that right, it's a different name for it. Kind of stick something in there, and then do a patch like this. So, but where's that hole relative to? Right about there. So I'm gonna put this patch on it, and kind of how the other guy did it. It was kind of, he patched it here at the end versus in the middle. And here, hold on a second. Okay, so we got to drain, make sure there's no water in this system before we prime everything, charge everything back up. So this pipe is charged with air all the way back to the compressor room, or all the mechanical stuff is for the sprinkler system. And so what happens is, again, it's charged with air all the way back, and there's a little flap where we have air on one side and water on the other side, and there's air pushing down, as well as there is a water piston keeping the flap pushed down. But as soon as all the air pressure goes, it pops and all the water goes. And so there's enough air pressure, and the air compressor was running, keeping this thing somewhat pressurized. So I don't know if any water got in the system, so we're going to go check that. So this is, again, my initial thought was put a little liquid metal here. I think that's the name. I don't know if I'm saying that name right, but we're just going to do it like they have it over there. And they had it more on the side versus the middle. And I think that's about where let me gauge where this little hole is, because I want to put those bands right over that hole. Do I get it here? Hold on. All right, I decided to move the little turning points, the screw points, up to the top here, because I think it was pinching down here a little bit. Now it's gonna be pinching up here. It doesn't seem to be bubbling up as much. Let's go ahead and pressure test this thing. First, we'll drain it, make sure the water's out of it. Drain a couple of taps, the lower side, soccer side over here. Then we'll pressure test it and see how it holds up. All right, it's been about 9-10 minutes since we started charging the system. I don't hear any leaks. I don't see any leaks. It's not charged to full capacity, which is, I think, about 28 to 32 psi. So we got some time yet. It takes about 30 minutes to 40 minutes to completely charge the system. So we'll just hang tight, go back to compressor room, take a look at the readings, and do what I need to do. Then we'll come back here when everything's charged and take a look at it. Well, I'd be a monkey's uncle. Seems like it's holding pretty good. All right, I'm not sure I could add too much more of this. All I would say is, if you guys repair sprinkler pipes for a living, let me know if this is a patch job that's acceptable in the industry. I don't know. It seems kind of just like what the name describes, a patch that you come back through and fix it. So I don't know. Like I say, I think you may have to take this whole section of pipe out. It's just one section. There's 2 holes in it already. It's teed right there. I think, from what I understand, if we ever do any kind of remodeling, we're going to have to upgrade the sprinkler system, at least on the ice side, because this is old type of metal. I'm not going to get into what metal what's, but this is needs to be upgraded. So if you ever do any kind of significant remodeling, I think this will have to be taken down, which adds to the expense of remodeling. Anyway, again, if you're repair these things as a living, you've repaired these things before, let me know if that's a acceptable pat job and how long that something like that should last before we fix it. Again, that's what they did on the other side, so that's what I did over here. System's charged to 30 psi. We're looking good. So I'm sure if I add too much to a list, like I just said, throw a comment down there. Comments always make the channel better. That's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching. As always, hope you learned something. Like the local ice man says, stay cool.